Hello, lurkers. And hello, all you archaeologists. I'm about to begin her story. Just going to tilt that down slightly and press this button here. So, according to my Steam library, sometimes I'm going to look over there, sometimes I'll look over here. Here's where the game is. But sometimes I look at my face. Hello. According to my Steam library, I last looked at this game in 2015. That would have been 7 years ago now, since it is 2022. I believe it got Game of the Year and stuff. Murder. There's apparently been a murder. Right. And, yeah, I think it got Game of the Year in certain places. It's Polygon, at least. And I recorded about an hour of it, and I lost all that footage, and I got so grumpy I never played it again. So it's been this long for me to forget what I saw, and I could have just re-recorded it really easy. Anyway, I've been meaning to look at this. Apparently my brother played this game on stream as well. I wouldn't have been doing stuff on stream at the time, but let us search for murder, shall we? We have 4 entries. Pretty sure everyone knows the gimmick, but just in case you do not know the gimmick, we'll try and find things out. Introduction of the L.O.G.I.C database. Computer technology is the backbone of modern police work. The L.O.G.I.C database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in the manner in which you will allow you to work more efficiently. In the coming years, the computer will continue to be most valuable item in your crime fighting toolkit. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive in Portsmouth. It has been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed, and the contents of the testimony is attached to each clip. To retrieve a clip, type in a word and it will come back. And you can add it to session. You can also add your own tags. Okay. I'm going to read this one as well. Here's the database. I filed Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the tapes off the original tapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit, and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detectives' footage on. Possibly those tapes got damaged when the old archives were flooded in 97, but figured this would be enough. Take your time, SB. I wonder who SB is. Can I make my own notes? I can make notes. I'm curious a minute. If I click off the screen, yeah, the screen will disappear. Potentially I have ways of making notes. Let's take this out the bin. Let's briefly... We're Southeast Constabulary. There's the DB checker, which I guess is the thing I'm using. Put that up there. There's also a clock. There's a clock if we need one. The mirror game. Oh, yes. We want to waste our time. I'm gonna struggle. I feel like I'm winning. Whatever. And the hack. What's this? Got a face here. Cracks with class. The mirror game. Oh, it's the crack for the mirror game. I see. Cyber Ghost, the legends. You never see us. Illusionist. One for the mums. Right. Let's stop faffing with that and listen to our first clip.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
Not terribly useful. How do we add it?
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Okay, so we're going to use some... We'll say Simon's to remind ourselves. And luckily, we can just do this. So 2706, that's the 27th. That is later. And that is... Oh, we'll play it first.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
So I assume we are searching for Simon's murderer. The first... Okay.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
I'm going to assume the game's nice enough to put these in order here. So this is 1205. This is, yeah. So that's probably always going to be the correct. And you probably should only store, like, the relevant ones, but it'd be kind of nice to have an entire sequence. I was going to say before, and I got distracted. I think one of the things that people like about this game is it sort of brought back this style of game, which had been missing since like the early 90s. The sort of real-time things. Let's put in Simon, the fairly obvious first search. We have 5, and you can only look for 5 at a time. Okay, we'll play it first.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work, mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
So we have Smith and Glass, and we're just gonna immediately add that to session. But where would we want to put it? So it's on the 18th of the 6th. So it's actually first.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. And border photo. They said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
So we're gonna put ginger in. Pretty weird one, but photo and Rome. We'll add that to session. And it's pretty annoying, but we are going to have to do this if we care enough to keep everything sorted, which I do.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Okay, Peter, Susan, Helen, Rock. When was that? Let's add to session. Oh. Listen to this one.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, climb the tower, save the princess, that kind of thing.
Some of these I'm not going to use, but Amstrad Princess. Finally, we have this one.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
So we'll call this accident. So what we've got so far is there's an investigation. She appears to be a suspect. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but we'll look through. See what sounds most interesting. Photo.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not books so much, or watching TV. He likes TV.
So, scar. Glasses. So, you know it's after Ginger Photo Room. That's... so, hang on, we should have just looked at the time. 1919. It's third. Cool.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
I'm just going to call that wedding. Well, enter session. So, 1429. Okay, so it's before there. Helen.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. He said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Argument. else. That's obviously the last one. 1920. Oh, never mind. We'll look for blondes. We have... Well, we should listen to the guitar first. No, we'll do them in order because that makes it easy to figure out. Although, why would that be... Oh, bother. Of course it is. 1920. It's fourth. No, I'm trying to... I'll do. Doesn't need to be that. 1, so it's fifth. Uh, 3-7. Okay.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
So, doll hair. It's an interesting question. This is the 6th, 30th of the 6th. Let's add that to session. I'm just going to do this, it's just safer. This is the... Oh, hang on, 30th of the 6th. There we go. And... But that's the 7th. Oh, goddamn.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Wig, cat, flap, add to session, 1423, we're going to do that, that's done.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay. Probably needs tuning. No, it's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. Sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain, but He only cared for the youngest one, all the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with her pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swan. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
That was a longer clip. But yes, put the word captain and sister. And then we'll add that to session. It's a bit weird that they passed her a guitar, but so 1433. So what are we interested in now? Apparently I didn't care about anything in that one. You know what? Let's ask about sister, should we?
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face. She knew.
So I'm gonna put birthday. Oh, bit of pianos come in. Frigante. And I'm also gonna put affair because I'm curious. It's not actually in there. We'll add that to session. Over 5. $11.26.
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that.
I'm also going to put the word twin.
My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
We're just going to put sister there. 1204. Twin. Oh, this is all new. Wasn't that one there?
Really? Are you really asking me that question?
Oh, there's my creepy reflection there. Twins? Question. Actor session. So, I'm getting an impression, and this is what I would have got last time as well, because some of it's coming back to me. There's this 2nd of the 7th. Oh, that would actually be really late. Yeah, let's put that one back over there.
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
Okay. That's very creepy. Add to session.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Mother!
Florence. Mother. Finally, oh no, we've got 2 more.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Right, that one's got quite a lot. So, princess, I'm gonna put that as an implied thing. Engagement. Divorce. We'll add to session. Cool. I can check the query. If we want. So birthday. Oh, lots of hits.
Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that.
Add to session. We'll do.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
Okay, that one's interesting. Present. Okay, what day are these? I'm gonna add these as well. Oh, this is way at the beginning. we're still on the 7th here. We finally got, okay, 27th, 25th, 25th, 18th, okay.
No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
So we have another big auntie there. I forgot to move it on along, didn't I? I assume the music is to encourage me to search certain numbers as well, or whether it thinks I'm getting closer. I know this is a game that if you just type in the correct word, you'll basically win immediately as well. But also, I assume they, like, there's some obvious ones you're going to search for. We'll put this with the other orange one. Florence is what I meant to do, I completely forgot. Okay. Cool.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up, and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake. Children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. Turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
Gonna put the happy in. That, move it along. Cool.
A week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
Okay, not a particularly interesting one. Let's add it anyway, though. And, you know, might become more interesting. Bit of extra context, you know. Which is why at some point it'd be nice to play the days in order, as it were. Why I'm painstakingly queuing them like this. Do we know her name?
Simon Smith.
Interesting.
My name is Hannah.
There we go.
H-A-N-N-A-H. It's a palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards.
I know what a palindrome
It
is.
doesn't work if you mirror it though. It's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Okay. Themes. I'm detecting themes here. Gladstone as well. And that's the only one, so I will immediately add that to session. That is likely to be the first clip. That's a nice, obvious one to ask. thought it might be.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah.
Sarah.
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Sarah. Eva.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
Okay. Dirty, romantic church. That is the only one of its type.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
What?
My name? That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works.
So what's her real name? $11.27. Also, I don't know. I know it's a gameplay thing, but like, lie detector tests, eh? I'm actually gonna put lie detector as well. No, that's in the other one. Florence. Okay, we'll get lots of ones at the end as well.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Okay. Well, this is telling a story. With midwife. Oh, damn it, I was going to write something else down as well. Sorry, I'm going to...
Help. By told was all this stuff.
Diary. Or immediately add that because it would be confusing otherwise. M29. I wish I could read it down there. Okay, next one.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
Call that one mirror. 11:30. And you know, you can actually sort of see it. No, you can't. 33.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there.
Her story! That's the name of the game!
I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just...
Yeah!
later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family. But her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Okay, widow, biscuit tin, I'll have to add that as well. That seems very important. It's 33, so a couple over there. One more.
No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Okay, Eve, firstborn. So we want to know, obviously, whether or not she has a twin or not. Whether she's an evil twin, whether she's the good one and the evil one. And, of course, who murdered Simon. We're no closer to that. But obviously we're going to look up this biscuit tin. Can you look up her story as well? I'm very curious.